So guys, here we are, project. Come on Chris, tell us about this ridiculous discovery that you've got.
So we're in one of the highest mileage D3s I know about. It's done 305,000 miles
I can't believe it.
on a 2006 plate. It's the 2.7 V6 turbo diesel, which is a PSA engine. It's automatic and it goes pretty well for what it is. It's really annoying because it drives better than my Mercedes. This thing shouldn't drive this well, really shouldn't. 190 brake standard. We've had an EGR deleted, we've had it mapped to sort the EGRs out. It shifts, it drives well, pulls a horse box, which is everything it says in the tin. Should we take an Hans for a little ride and see what he thinks? What do you think, Hans?
You know, it's really talky. It really does drive really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's talky, it's comfortable, it's spacious. Like, I mean, I know, like the older Discoveries, like my, 300 TDI, you got massive amounts of headroom, but even in this, like, they sort of followed it on, didn't they?
Yeah.
I really do like these, but they just scare us. I mean, like, it's that new age 4x4 where they've got so many electronic gizmos. They do this scare us a little bit, like, but I could picture myself having one of these as like a cheeky daily, I think.
I mean, I know where this car came from. I know the guy who had it previously. He had the body off, he did the belts, upgraded oil pump, water pump, gearbox service, engine service, new brakes all around, Pirelli tyres. Now you don't put Pirelli tyres on a car that's done 300,000 miles if there's something wrong with it. Do you?
Nah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And like I said, I can't believe it's done 305,000 miles, and I mean, me and you were sort of acclimatized to high mileage cars.
Yeah.
They don't bother us, do they?
No.
We always see high mileage cars as being a plus sign, because if it's run that long and it's been well looked after, then probably more looked after than some of the low mileage cars that we seem to get. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I've never had anything with 305,000 miles on it. I think 240 is probably the most I've ever had.
Yeah.
What about you?
I had a taxi with 275 on, ex-taxi I should say.
Right, okay.
275 on an old Passat on an N-Reg many moons ago.
Yeah.
And it drove like a 275,000 mile vehicle. It was awful.
Tongue hanging out of it.
Tongue out of it.
Yeah.
It's like stirring porridge, changing gear, steering was vague. It was just nasty. But again, it was a very, very cheap vehicle.
But this obviously, I mean, everything works, guys. Like there, we were just sitting there getting it washed, and he was just showing us all of the different modes for the suspension. Everything works, there's no faults on it. You've got your hill descent, you've got all your different 4x4 modes, sand. What else is there on here? The sand,
mud, ruts, rock crawl.
Yeah.
You can put the suspension up and down, you've got off-road height, access height for workshops. Literally, it does everything you want it to do.
It sounds mint. Honestly, like the engine note just sounds lush. That big chunky V6 just burbling along.
Yeah, well, I didn't realise these were the better engine than the 3 litres. I thought the 3 litre was the better engine. The 3 litres snap the crank, which is a D4, and the new Range Rovers.
Right.
Some of them have been snapping cranks at 15 and 20,000 miles.
Wow.
These with regular oil changes. There's a guy on the D3 Owners Club who's got 800,000 miles.
800,000 miles? Is that like in the UK, or is that like...
That's in the UK,
That's
it's a UK car.
UK?
800,000 miles. I thought this was high, and someone sent me the video link, and he's on the D3 Owners Club on Facebook. 800,000 miles on it. Regular oil changes every 8,000 miles.
8,000 miles?
Yeah.
And that's still quite a good band of like oil change, really. 8,000 miles, especially for something that's a big dirty diesel, which is effectively is what this is. Now, we've talked about the differences. Did they do a twin turbo variant of this engine in the Discoveries?
They do a twin turbo, but it's not this model. I think it's in the cars.
It's in the cars.
So the car variant has twin turbos.
So like the Jaguar S-Type and the XJs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in the Land Rovers, they're all single turbos.
Single turbos, far
right,
away,
right.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Like, see, this engine is a PSA unit from Peugeot.
Yeah.
It's in everything. It's in the 4.7. It's in Jaguar X-Type.
Yes.
It's in this. It's in the XF. It's in quite a few units.
Right.
These engines have more torque. They've got baffles in the sump.
Right.
Top oil starvation off road.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, it's a very common engine. It's in all sorts. Like I say, it's a Peugeot unit.
Yeah.
But in the D3 and D4, It's cracking. The towing, the torque's unreal.
Yeah.
Torque's unreal. Like I say, it's a nice thing to drive.
It is. It drives lovely. I mean, was that something bank that we just got up there? Was it? Yeah.
No, that was Burkbrow.
Oh, we just gone to Burkbrow bank there, and honestly, like the torque just pulled it up. No issues at all. Just pulled it up all the way up.
Pretty much drive this on tick water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing 1200 revs now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MPG, I think we were saying, what was it, 22 or something like that? You're getting out of this?
22 around the town, 28 on a run.
Yeah.
Average is about 24, 25
Yeah.
urban. So,
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to run.
Yeah. It's only about 3 or 4 less than the 300 TDI really, and obviously you get a lot more comfort in this than what you do with the old 300 TDI.
All these things, like I say, comfort wise, heated seats, air suspension, armrests all over. Just a really, really nice car.
I love just like the chunkiness of it, like everything is just so big, meant to be. You got this big nice centre console, loads of cubby holes. I mean, yeah.
I was reading the design thing online.
Yeah.
Apparently they're designed to be driven with gloves on. Hence
All right.
the chunky buttons.
Yeah.
If you have your gloves on in winter,
Yeah.
or you're a farmer or you're a worker,
Yeah.
you've got your gloves on. Everything was meant to be accessible, even the horn buttons, by
Right.
gloves. So
Wow.
there's a little fact for you.
Oh, cool, man.
There you go, that's 305,000 miles.
I still
And
can't
it just
believe
wafts along nicely.
I still can't believe 305,000 miles. It's ridiculous. I've been trying to get this video over ages as well, because it's like, I know that this is probably going to be something that everybody's going to want to see, is the 305,000 mile Landrover Discovery. Would you buy one? Should you buy one? I think absolutely. Don't
Yeah,
you? I mean, you bought it.
I bought it.
It was in a deal, wasn't it?
It was in a deal. I did a deal with a Defender. This was the Part X on the Defender. The deal was my wife sold her D1 and drove this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't do the deal.
Yeah.
So she had a go on it. Obviously, it knocks the socks off a D1 for power and comfort. So
Yeah.
the deal was done. We ended up with a D3 with intergalactic miles, and the guy drove away happy in an old Defender.
Wow.
Yeah, quite happy with it.
No. I've already said it, Chris, like if he ever sells it, like I want first put on it. Because
Oh,
it is a
it's
cracking
cracking old
car.
bus.
It's a cracking car, honestly. Absolutely cracking.
The thing is that for what they are, the sound
Handles well as well. Like I mean, obviously I had a Q7, and Q7 handled really well. It wasn't as tall as what a D3 is, but for what this is, you know, size-wise, it's a big old car, and it weighs about 350 kilos more than a Q7. This thing's clocking on what, 2.8 tons, I think.
Yeah, they're quite heavy.
With a couple of birdie blokes like us in. But yeah, so.
Got to remember this thing's got all terrains on as well.
Yes, I know. Yeah, all terrains. These Pirelli Scorpion.
Scorpion.
What modern Scorpions do you know?
I think
Are they the birdies?
I think so. Yeah, the latest spec all terrain.
Yeah.
That's why when we did the deal, I knew it was a good car, because you don't spend £1,000 on tyres
Exactly. Yeah.
or something that's knackered.
Yeah, you go into the D3 there.
yeah, so
the D3.
The only downside of this, I'll point out, is the tax.
Oh yes, it's been
Yeah.
taxed at 680 or something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of tax a year. A lot of tax a year. It went up from 6, I think it was 630 to about 670ish, 680.
You can
in the
actually get these though pre-2006,
Yes.
can't you? 54s,
Yes.
05s
Yes.
and 55s.
Yeah.
So yeah, so folks, like I said, that is the top tip there. If you are wanting to buy one of these, yeah, tax is absolute killer. It was the same with my Q7. I think my Q7, I think by the time I sold that to you,
Yes.
I think that was about 625, I think.
Yeah.
I just paid monthly. I just, well, it was just part of the monthly cost of running the car.
It is, yeah. That's,
Yeah.
like I say, it is what it is. I mean, we've only got to fuel it and tax it. Maintenance wise, everything's done by us.
Yeah.
A lot of the fuel we can put through the business, so running cost really is minimal for us on this vehicle. It doesn't cost a great deal to run.
Yeah.
But for what we use it for, 7 seats, tow bar, horse box, you can't beat it. You really can't beat it.
Absolutely.
So I was going to let you have a drive in a minute. We'll pull over
Right,
and you
nice.
can experience the V6-ness in all its glory.
Big V6-ness.
Yes.
You'll catch up with us soon, folks, when I'm driving this beast. Here we go. I'm driving the 305,000 mile boost bus.
Are you shorter than me, Ars?
No, I don't think I am. I honestly don't think I am. You're definitely shorter than me.
Give it over.
Right, which way are we going?
Carry on.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Handbrake? Where's the handbrake? Is that?
Don't need it, it's off.
Don't need it, it's off.
It's in park. That's it, go.
I have a funny feeling once I start driving this, I'm going to be like, oh, I want a D3.
Just follow the road. Just go for it.
Although this is a big thing, it doesn't feel big when you drive it, does it?
No, not at all.
It really doesn't feel big.
It's very nimble.
Yeah. Everything works as it should. Brakes are nice and firm. Definitely has that grunt.
Yeah, it's just got torque, lots of torque.
Torque for days, folks.
I actually sold my L200 like that.
Yes.
Because this drove so much better. I was so disappointed in the 65 plate L200s. I sold this. Because this just knocked the socks off us.
What did you think of your B40 L200? Was that?
B40 had more torque.
Yeah.
Needed another gear.
Yeah, that's
Had more torque.
It needs 6
But
gears.
over the later shape, the Mark V, I think the B40 is a better vehicle.
Yeah.
Personally, the Mark V didn't have the torque. It's just simply you couldn't
Yeah.
go away with it.
Yeah.
And considering it was a Euro 6 with no AdBlue, they must have downed the power on the initial low revs for the emissions test. They must have knocked the power right down, the torque, and spoiled it for towing.
And you've owned a Disco 4 as well.
Yes, I have.
So tell us about the Disco 4 and what do you feel is like the main differences between Disco 3 and Disco 4 ownership?
Disco 4 ownership is expensive from my recollection. £6 in 2 years of maintenance.
Serious.
£3 grand a year.
£6,000. What
But
was that £6,000 spent?
£6 was spent on wheel bearings. It was heavy on front brakes. Handbrake module failed, which is a common thing. These can fail, you know. Big boat use them. Oil changes, tyres.
Did you say sorry? You don't use the handbrake?
No.
Right.
Being auto, actually, was in park.
Usually been parked.
Usually
Yeah, I
in park, you
suppose.
need a handbrake.
Alright.
Probably the reason why the D4 handbrake failed was we didn't use it enough.
Yeah, you didn't.
Took it to the car wash. The guys at the car wash put the handbrake on. Couldn't leave the car wash. Fortunately, there's a pull under the centre console, emergency release, which we pulled and managed to get it away.
Right.
To drive a D4 has certainly another 60 horsepower on this, and more torque and more gears. I believe this is a 6-speed auto. My D4 was an 8.
Right.
And the D4's twin turbo.
Yeah. 3 litre V6.
3 litre V6 twin turbo, yeah. So I think stock you get 255 brake from a D4, or the variant I had.
This is what, 190?
190. Yeah, 190 brake. This has been mapped, so it should be around the 230 mark.
Right.
Similar torque to a D4, just less power.
Yeah. Have you mapped this? Have you got this?
It's been mapped, yeah.
It's
It's been a big fish. It had an EGR issue, so we had them blanked, and it's been mapped out as well.
Okay.
So it's had EGR delete recently, and it's been mapped. We just use it to tow the horse box around. Tows no problem at all. You can't feel it on the back. It's nice with the air. Sets itself level, self-leveling.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing. What are your thoughts on us?
I love it. I love it. I know, like, I think I've spoken to you before about possibly getting the L322 360 DV8 Range Rover.
Yeah.
That's something that I've just fancy ticking the box
Well, I
on.
know where there's one.
I think, yeah, I know where there's one,
It's
yeah.
cheap, and I can go on.
Might have to do a deal.
Go and collect this, yeah. Just follow this car around here.
Yeah, it's something that I've been thinking of. Like I said, just that sort of ownership with Q7 just sort of put us off these newer style 4x4s, because let's be fair, you know, when you get to a car that's 16, 17 years old or whatever, and you know it's one of these big 4x4s with lots of gizmos and gadgets, you know, they start failing, don't they? So yeah, but with something like this that's done the high mileage that it has done,
Straight on.
with the high mileage it has done, somebody has spent the time and the money making this as amazing as what it can. I mean, this literally does drive like something that's got 30,000 miles on it. It does. It's not 305.
I was shocked when I first drove it. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you're doing a deal and the guy tells you the car's done 300,000 miles,
your
you
face
think,
sort of goes, oh bloody hell.
And he dropped it off. I drove it. I thought I'm going to have to own this vehicle. It's just,
Yeah.
it just drives nice. It drives nice. Does everything it says in the tin. It's fast,
like
wise, yeah.
And we've just, as we just changed over there, folks, the Pirellis that this car has on are the 255 55 19 Pirelli all-terrain pluses. You wouldn't think it was riding on all-terrains, would you? You just think it was normal road tyres because there's no like that sort of big chunky road noise tyres. There's nothing like that.
No.
To get it, but please like, share and subscribe to the channel, because me and Chris, we don't just do this as our daily, we do our daily jobs and then find time to do the channel as well. So we do work quite a lot of hours, so please like, share and subscribe, and I think we'll see you soon more, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. See you in the next video.
Project Trayback, I think it's probably going to be the next video, folks, so yeah.
Okay, guys.
Cheers out. Cheers out, bye.